Hey YouTubers, welcome to the Cyber Overwatch channel. I am Pragmatic1. In this video, I will be doing a walkthrough of the OffSec Proving Grounds Blogger vulnerable host. I will provide a walkthrough of reconnaissance through host exploitation. This will include performing port scanning, service enumeration, arbitrary file upload, and privilege escalation. If you find this content informative and you are interested in cybersecurity, please like and subscribe to the Cyber Overwatch channel. Also, for more free content, please regularly check back on www.cybersec.com. Blogger is a vulnerable host created by the hacker brain to allow users to practice ethical hacking techniques. This vulnerable host suffers from arbitrary file upload, broken authentication, and security misconfiguration. This virtual machine is accessible from the OffSec Proving Grounds Virtual Training Lab and Vuln Hub, which is also owned by OffSec. I went ahead and started my target host Blogger. As shown on the screen, it now has an IP. Now that the target has an IP, I can proceed with active information gathering. This will usually consist of port scans and service enumeration. My go-to for these labs tends to be Nmap for active information gathering of the target host. I'll run the following command shown in the CLI. I will scan all 65,535 ports using the -p-switch for the purpose of looking for open ports and services that may be listening on them. The Nmap scan did not take long. When I look at the Nmap scan results, I can see that Nmap detected two open ports, port 22 SSH and port 80 HTTP. Reviewing the results of the Nmap scan, and due to previous experience, it's more likely than not that Blogger is a Linux host. Nmap detected the OS as a generic Linux distribution and SSH services running, not to mention the service banners listing Ubuntu. The first service I will look at is port 80. Browsing to the webpage on http://192.168.170.217, it looks like the website is a personal site containing a programmer's resume. I'll open up Burp Suite so it can capture my web traffic as I manually review the site. Then, once I'm done manually reviewing the site, I can review what Burp Suite detected and further investigate. Reviewing the page source, I did not find anything useful. At this point, I'll need to crawl the web server. I'll run fuff using the following command shown in the CLI to crawl the web server looking for hidden directories. The -r tells fuff to follow redirects. Fuff completed its crawl and it detected a few directories including images, assets, CSS, and JS. I also ran Pharaohbuster to see if I got different results, and for the most part the directories found were the same, except Pharaohbuster crawled a little deeper to find subdirectories such as /blog. Reviewing all the directories that Fuff and Pharaohbuster found were some standard directories like /images, /css, and /js directories. Pharaohbuster did find something interesting in the /assets, /fonts directory. There was a /blog directory that seemed to be out of place. This is something that I will investigate further. When I clicked on /blog directory, it loaded posts from the Blogger site documenting the OWASP top 10. Reviewing the page, I did note that there was an account named James that could be useful in the future. Another thing I noticed is that the CMS is WordPress and it is using themez, something that should be investigated further. When I clicked on the login link, I received a server not found error message. Looking closely, you can see that in the address bar it says blogger.thm. I'll run the following command to add the hostname and IP to my Kali's host file. After adding the hostname and IP to my Kali's host file, I refreshed and the WordPress login page displayed. Now that the page is displayed, I'll run WPScan to see if any vulnerabilities get detected. -e-ap tells WPScan to enumerate all plugins. --detection-mode aggressive performs deep rigorous scan of the website. --url is self-explanatory. -v is for verbose. --api-token. I added my WPScan API token, which allows WPScan to access the WPScan vulnerability database for more detailed assessment of the WordPress CMS. And finally, the --plugin-detection set to aggressive to thoroughly assess any installed plugins. WPScan is a security tool designed specifically for WordPress sites. It is used to identify vulnerabilities in WordPress plugins, themes, and core WordPress installation itself. You can sign up for a free account to access the WPScan API with an API key. The results came in and the scan took about 40 minutes. WPScan did find issues with WordPress, including several WordPress vulnerabilities. WPScan also detected the running plugins and the vulnerabilities affecting them. The initial review of the WPScan results show there is a directory called uploads. Browsing to the /uploads/2022/08 folder, I can see that someone was able to upload a reverse shell PHP script. As noted earlier, there seemed to be a reverse shell that was uploaded to the target host. Unauthenticated arbitrary file upload seems to be a good vulnerability to target based on the discovery of that reverse shell that was already uploaded. I'll look into the WP Discuss plugin vulnerability to see if it's possible to upload a reverse shell. After reviewing the WPScan results, I want to investigate the arbitrary file upload vulnerability. I'll open the link in the WPScan reference section to read through the word fence write-up on the vulnerability. Based on the write-up, the file type verification could easily be bypassed, allowing unauthenticated users the ability to upload any type of file, including PHP files. Upon further reading, it looks like I can use the magic byte of an image file type to bypass the upload restrictions. I needed to find the right file type magic byte number to use. I found an article by NetSPI titled Magic Bytes Identifying Common File Formats at a Glance. The article listed the magic bytes of a variety of file types. One of the options listed was GIF, which I'll try using. If my assumption is correct, I just need to add GIF87A at the beginning of my reverse shell PHP script, and then I can see if it uploads successfully. To try to bypass the file type restriction, I will need to add the magic byte of an image file type based on the write-up I noted earlier. I added the GIF magic byte mnemonic value, which is GIF87A, to my reverse shell PHP script. Based on the write-up, the vulnerability is located in the comments section. I'll click on the first post, but any post should do. Looking at the comments section, there are several areas requiring user input. The write-up discussed image files, and I can see an image attachment button. I'll try testing the upload function. I want to upload my modified PHP script to see what response I get. I changed the image files option to all files in order to select my PHP file. In the request, I can see the GIF magic byte in mnemonic form. In the response, you can see that it looks like the request provides a URL where the reverse shell was uploaded. If I go to the path shown in the response, I can see that my reverse shell appears to have uploaded successfully. Now that I've verified my reverse shell uploaded successfully, I'll run my netcat listener using the command shown in the CLI. Now that my netcat listener is running, I'll click on my reverse shell. When I click on my reverse shell, it looks like nothing happened, but if I look at the tab, I can see a dot going side to side. When I check back on my netcat listener, it looks like it worked and I was able to catch a shell. I ran the following command shown in the CLI to see what account I'm logged in as and to see the current directory I am in. Based on the output, it looks like I am in the root directory and I am the www-data account. I changed directories to /home and ran the ls-la command to view the contents. I can see 3 accounts, James, Ubuntu, and Vagrant. I changed directories to the James folder and ran the ls-la command. I can see the local.txt file. I ran the command shown in the CLI to view the local.txt hash. I'll enter the hash into the OffSec PG console to get the first flag. I changed directories to the /temp folder. I need to do further enumeration in order to find an escalation path. I downloaded linpeas from psng GitHub page using the wget command shown in the CLI. Based on the output, it looks like linpeas downloaded successfully. I ran the ls-la command to verify that linpeas downloaded successfully, and it did. I also noticed I'll need to run chmod on linpeas because it is not executable. I ran the chmod command on linpeas as shown in the CLI to make linpeas executable. I ran ls-la to verify linpeas is executable. As can be seen on the CLI, it shows linpeas is now executable. I'll run the following command shown in the CLI. The -a performs all checks, the -e performs extra enumeration. linpeas will help me find possible escalation paths that I could use to escalate my privileges. Reviewing the Linux exploit suggester section, it looks like there are several possible exploitable vulnerabilities. Under the users with console and all users in groups, I can see that there are 3 standard user accounts, James, Vagrant, and Ubuntu, with UID numbers starting at 1000. Looking at the last logon section and last time logon each user section, the Vagrant account appears to have been logged into remotely based on the PTS/0. The difference between TTY and PTS is the type of connection to the host. TTY ports are direct connections to the host such as keyboard, mouse, or a serial connection. PTS connections are SSH or Telnet connections. I'll have to investigate the Vagrant account further once I am done reviewing the linpeas output. The first thing I will do is see if I can find low-hanging fruit. Based on the information gathered by linpeas, I'll work on the Vagrant account and see if it's using default credentials. Based on the Vagrant documentation, the default credential is username Vagrant, password Vagrant. When I tried to switch user to Vagrant, I got an error that su can't be run from the terminal, so I'll need to change the terminal before I can try to run su. Reviewing the output from linpeas under useful software section, I did find that Python 3 and Perl were installed. I'll try spawning a TTY shell with Python 3. If you need to figure out the command needed to spawn a TTY shell, you can visit the Payload All the Things GitHub page. Under Methodology and Resources / reverse shell cheat sheet.md, it lists several options to spawn a TTY shell. I first ran bash-i for interactive, just more for cosmetics. I want to be able to see the username and host name in the prompt. I then ran the Python 3 command I got from Payload All the Things, and I received no errors. To verify it worked, I ran su vagrant and I got prompted for a password, which is a good sign as I didn't even get an error like I did earlier. Sure enough, it looks like Vagrant account used the default credentials of Vagrant, as is found in the Vagrant documentation I found earlier. I ran the sudo-l to see if the Vagrant account has sudo privileges, and it looks like it has sudo privileges for all. I figured I'll see if I could change the root account password by running the sudo passwd root command. I got prompted to enter a new password. I entered Vagrant. I get prompted to retype it. I got a message that password was changed successfully. To verify, I run su root to switch users to root. I get prompted for a password and I enter Vagrant. Sure enough, I am now root. I changed directory to /root and I run the ls-la command to view the contents of the directory, and I could see the proof.txt file. I kept the proof.txt file to get the hash. I enter the hash into the PG console and I have completed the host. In conclusion, using a variety of techniques, I was able to go from reconnaissance to gaining root privileges on the target host. Performing these steps allowed me to gather the information I needed in order to gain a foothold on the target host through the use of arbitrary file upload on the web application. Upon gaining access, performing further enumeration allowed me to find a workable escalation path to root by abusing default account credentials and security misconfiguration in sudo in order to gain the final flag. Thank you for tuning in to this demonstration of OffSec Proving Grounds Logger Vulnerable Host. Thank you for also checking out Cyber Overwatch channel. If you find this content informative and you are interested in cybersecurity, please like and subscribe to the Cyber Overwatch channel. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a question in the comments, or you can send me a message from the CyberSec website listed in the description. Until next time, keep learning. The only way to improve is to keep learning. Pragmatic One, signing off.